fabric from the land of the five rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
We are back for another edition of the 50-50 show, man. I know we running late, man. Y'all already know, man. But we still got to clock in, so make sure hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, man. But we hey, man, we appreciate everybody's patience. We got a lot to talk about, man. A lot of moves happen. Free agency is still going on. It started off big, but it kind of slowed down a little bit, but now it's kind of picking up a little bit. Not the big time moves that we kind of were shocked with. Well, not shocked, but it was some big time moves last week. I don't think that was going to be a trend. I think they're going to, start hitting some singles here, some doubles, try to get some depth pieces. But we'll get into all the Raider talk, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. Let me get into the chat real quick. Let's get into the chat, man. People that's rocking with us. Eric. Oh man, let me see if I could move this right here. Oh man, this is not cool. Hold on, let me put it right here in the middle. I think this will be cool so everybody can see the comment. Eric Raider is the first one to come through. He says, "Salute, nation, man. I got you. Appreciate you coming through." Then we got Carlos. Difficulties, things are shaping up. Running back by committee. Defense really shaping up. The draft is next, so let's pray it's gonna be a great season. Yes, sir.
X.
Definitely. My guy Raider smoking the building. He's talking about Spencer Rattler, man. He's saying he might be a sleeper. He might be a sleeper.
Maybe.
But he's definitely not gonna be running. He's not gonna be running.
Nah, bro.
That dude, I don't know, man. He might have football speed, not 40 times speed. He might have football speed.
Nah, bro.
Because didn't I think Patrick Mahomes ran like a 4.6, 4.7, right? Something like that.
Yeah, bro. But that is infinitely faster than what Spencer Rattler put up, bro.
He looked
Spencer
like
Rattler making.
Yeah, he looked like he was drinking it. Yeah, go ahead.
Make Pat Mahomes look like Tyreek Hill, man, out there. It was crazy.
Man, we got D Snow, man, says just need the QB situation taken care of. Man, hey, we with you, man. That's like the biggest, that's the most important position on the football team. So we understand where you coming from. He also says AO4 can definitely throw with accuracy. He impresses for sure, considering all that went down last season. Okay, yeah, man. He's still on the team. He's still gonna get paid on that rookie deal. He's not going nowhere, unless some crazy things happen. You never know, man. We got Sean Schefter Johnson in the building. He says salute Pharaoh Severe, man. Salute. And like I said before, man. Hey, man. We go nightly. We go on at night. Every Monday. At the end of the day, man, we love the people that rock with us, man. You guys are the night crew, man. At the end of the day, man. Y'all the night crew. So make sure to clock in, man. We were running late today and we had to clock in too, man. So make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification. Should I give him that friendly reminder? Man? How that like?
Right.
You know what?
Know what it look like, man.
I'm just gonna do it, man. Let me see if it pops on the screen. Oh, man, Severe. It looked like someone's attacking Severe right now. No, it's just thumbs. All right. That's how the like button look. I'm just letting y'all know, man. That's how it looks. So hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification. We're going live on both channels. So make sure to subscribe to both channels. And another thing too, before we get the show started too, we are looking for some mods. Yes. So make sure to hit me up on IG, PharoahNFL. We are looking for some mods, but only the real ones though. You know what I mean? Not the ones that come every so often. We want the ones that are consistent to the show. We and that will be able to. Perfect example, Daniel Kim. I know he's somewhere in the chat. If he's not here, he's gonna be here. A guy who's consistent. But yeah, man, we we're looking for some mods, man. The channel is growing. We appreciate the support, but we need some mods to, hold down the chat and make sure to hit me up on IG for details on how that would go. So just make sure to hit me up on IG, PharoahNFL, PharoahNFL. But yeah, man, hey, we see everybody. Hey, Yaya Hatamaki in the building, man. He says, man, salute. Nation, salute Severe and Pharaoh, man. I appreciate you, my guy, man. Hey, appreciate everybody coming through, man. Our usuals, man. We got. There's a lot of people that can be mods in the chat that I'm seeing right now. It's the usual crew that I'm seeing. We got some new people in the chat. Chindo Ramirez says just in time. Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? I like how Chindo thinks. He keep it positive. He keeps it positive. Keeps it positive. But, hey, you know what? Let's not waste any time. And I think, you know what? Actually, I think someone wanted to get the show started early, man.
I think so, too.
My guy Raider Smoke with the super chat. Wake your game up. Salute to you both, man. Hey, Raider Smoke, we appreciate your support as always, man. So I appreciate the super chat. Sir. We got a lot to talk about. There was some signings today, players getting re-signed over the weekend. Obviously, some trades went down, too, that can have some draft implications. We're going to talk about that. Our usual flag on the play. So get ready for that. We got some funny topics to talk about. And then, obviously, what's real, what's not, and all that good stuff, man. And we're going to get into the chat. We're gonna have some real conversations. So let's get the show started. Let me get into it real quick. Let's go. Let's see. So free agency, man. Free agency update right now. So last week the Raiders start off free agency with a bang with Christian Wilkins, and then obviously They got Minshew too as well with a nice little contract, but some people say that's a bridge money. Quarterbacks get paid no matter if they're backup or not. They just get paid. But anyways, he was able to. They was able to sign them. We talked about that, and then tight end Harrison Bryant was signed. No one's really talking about that, but he's more of a depth piece to replace Austin Hooper, who signed with another team. We all know Michael Mayer is going to be the starting tight end for the Raiders next year, so we don't have to worry about that position. But over the weekend, some big but low key, quiet moves that people are not talking about are the fact that John Jenkins and Adam Butler were re-signed. Yes. How do you feel about those re-signings?
Man, I love the moves, man. I love the moves. Adam Butler is a guy that I really wanted to bring back. I talked about not only was he effective as a pass rusher, but he was a mentor to Tyree. Tyree spoke about it extensively. Talking about especially when he got moved inside. Adam Butler was one of the guys that really helped him out a lot. He was one of the leaders in the locker room. So I think that was a great move. I wasn't sure if we were going to bring John Jenkins back just because of his advanced age. He's a little bit longer in the tooth, but his style of play, it ages extremely well. He's not a quick twitch guy. He's a two gap guy. It's going to take several people to block him, and he's going to eat up several gaps on the interior of the line. So I think that was a good move as well. He's experienced. And it's some insurance, there's still a possibility we can go after a big guy in the draft. I know a lot of people like Sweat out of Texas, but if we, opt to go in a different direction, we still have John Jenkins who played very effectively last year, especially down the stretch.
Yeah, it was smart. It's smart moves. This is what you do in free agency. Free agency sets up the draft. We all know John Jenkins was a big part of the team, the rotation last year that picked up later in the season. Yes. Obviously, he's more of a run stuffer, so you have that guy there, and then Adam Butler kind of showed some pass rush ability right there. Obviously, he's more of a rotational piece, but you're bringing him on, but doesn't mean that they're going to have any. That doesn't mean that the Raiders are not going to draft D tackle in the draft. There is, if they find someone that they like, they can easily go that position. Even though I think most likely early on, I think they're probably going to target either O-line, QB. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put that's kind of like everybody knows the Raiders are trying to go after a QB, but like if they strike out and trading up or whatever the case may be, and we'll get into that. O-line, corner, the two positions I'm looking at like early on in the draft, whether they trade down or pick someone at 13. But yeah, man. So they signed those players, and today they signed a running back, man, a veteran running back, Alexander Madison, and 25 years old. He's been around in the league. He was kind of the replacement for Dalvin Cook, but when they seen him in more an extended role, he didn't really look as good. But now he's back to kind of being that running back number 2. I think that's where his spot is going to be on this team, and now he's going to be able to like be a running back by committee type guy, and I think that better suits his skill set, where he's not in there, getting worn down or whatnot. And at the same time, there's a little bit of familiarity with the system as well, because he kind of comes from that Kyle Shanahan coaching tree, where a lot of the coaches that we have on our coaching staff, Lou Getsy has that connection. He's played with the O'Connells and so many, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we're going to be running a zone blocking system. So he has experience running that system. And it kind of tells me a little bit, it tells me that if they do go get someone in the draft, it's probably going to be a guy with the skill set of Madison.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like a shifty guy, receiver. Because we know what Zamir is. Zamir is kind of like that downhill, north-south runner. Kind of not a fit for the zone blocking system, to be honest with you. He's more of a power blocking runner. But, what do you think of the move?
So I like the move. I think we need a guy with his skill set. I mean, Zamir is more of a pure runner, and Abdullah is more of a pure pass catcher. I think Madison is like a hybrid of both of those guys. He's also good in pass pro as well. And like you said, he came from Kevin O'Connell, so he would have some some familiarity with the concepts of the schemes that we're going to be running. So I think it was a solid pickup. Still young, cheap, and it really lets us know that we're going full on committee, which is something I've been advocating for, for the past few years. So I think it's a good pickup.
Yeah, solid pickup, cheap, and at the end of the day, like, let's say if they draft a guy or even the guy, the Britton Brown or whatever, because they got 6 running backs right now, and some of these running backs, most likely they're not going to make the team. Obviously, they're not going to go with 6 running backs on the team. Unless the head coach's name McDaniels, you know what I mean, or something like that, or John Gruden, they'll do some crazy stuff where they'll have a lot of random players at random positions. But I think with the running back room the way it is, it's kind of like an open competition a little bit. Like, no one really has a guaranteed spot outside of Zamir. We know the coaching staff likes Zamir White, but after that, it's kind of a toss-up. You don't know. So I think that they might add another running back in the draft. But it gives them flexibility where they don't have to pick one in the 3rd, the 4th.
Yeah.
They can get a guy like in the 5th or 6th, and they can focus at another position of need.
Yeah, man. We have multiple 7th-round picks. If we wanted to go running back in late, like super late in the draft, if it's like a guy we want to take a chance on, a guy with traits. Or even if we don't want to waste any draft capital on the running back position, we could just go priority free agent,
Mm-hmm.
Or if we want to go, really throw back, we can throw it back to our guy Jalen Richard, who made the team after a tryout. You feel me? So you can find productive backs like all different types of places, which is why the position has been devalued so much. You look at what the Rams did with Kyron Williams, and I think he was like a fifth round pick out of Notre Dame, I want to say, and he was 2nd team All Pro last year. So it's like
he was a big time pickup for them. I mean, if you think about it, the Rams, they had no choice but to make sure that draft picks hit, because they were in like cap hell. Like, they really couldn't do anything in free agency. So they kind of hit it out the park at running back and receiver. So they got.
But the thing is, and they didn't have really early picks either, because they traded they traded away all those early picks to guys worth big contracts. So they only had late round picks. So they had to hit on those late round guys.
Yeah. But moving on, man. So obviously we like Madison, nice solid pickup, cheap. Obviously the Raiders are going by running back by committee. They're not done yet. They're still going to make some moves. This is where they were kind of quiet for a week. All these big time signings, they let everybody kind of spend their money. Now they're going to get back into the to possibly, they had Tre'Davious White in for a visit today. Tre'Davious White was in for a visit. They didn't sign him, but they end up signing Madison. What do you think about that pickup, possibly, if they sign him? He is coming off a Achilles injury, and I don't like that injury. That's an injury where that ended the late great Kobe's career basketball wise. Like, he lost his athleticism after that injury. So it's tough.
Yeah, I mean, Tre'Davious White is, the White Tiger, as he's called. He's the guy I brought up previously on the show.
When you say white, you say a White Tiger. I'm thinking Martavius Bryant. That's what I'm thinking. Martavius.
That's what John Gruden called it. But yeah, they called Tre'Davious White the White Tiger because he went to LSU. His last name was White. So I remember that. It's Martavius Bryant. but yeah, man, I think he's a guy that's a kind of a boomer bust signing right there, right? If he returns to his previous form, you have one of the best cornerbacks in the league. He's a veteran guy, has experience, covering the other team's number one wide receiver. But if he's not that, right, it's not going to be like a long-term deal. It's probably going to be a 1-year prove-it type of deal, see how you recover from this injury. So I think we have all the motivation in the world to kind of bring on a guy like him and see and see what happens. At the worst, you just cut the guy, basically no harm nor foul, and it still gives you options in the draft as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not hearing about Xavier Howard.
Xavier Howard.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not hearing about him, because he did play with Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham coached him out when he was out in Miami. So I thought that possibly could be a connection, but no one is really talking about him like that. But we might hear about him. I mean, he's not hurt. He's not coming off an injury like, well, he was hurt with the Dolphins, but not as serious as an Achilles injury. Like, come on, man. Like, that's crazy. But if they bring him in, I think if we bring in Tre'Davious White, we're definitely bringing another corner. Like, you can't depend on him to be healthy. I mean, like, that's a tough injury to come back from. But if they do sign him, it's going to be cheap. Basically, low risk, high reward move. So I'm all for it. I'm not mad at it at all. But yeah, they had him for a visit. Like, there was a weird kind of report, but then they deleted the tweet on social media where they said that Mike Williams was gonna come by and visit the Raiders, but then some people were like, nah, there's no truth to that. Do you feel like Mike Williams would be a fit on this team? Wide receiver that was recently released by the Chargers?
I would say this. I don't know what the hell Jim Harbaugh is doing, bro. I don't know what the hell.
Run that ball. Harbaugh, he want to run that ball,
bro.
That's what he want to
do.
Bro,
if but then he got rid of their best running back, so it's like what are you going to do? So it's like it's wild, man. It's wild, but like Mike Williams was a guy when he came out of Clemson. He was a guy that everybody loved. Everybody loved his skill set, his catch radius, like all that stuff. I remember them talking about when what's my man we have Trayvon Mullen when he was a freshman. They would make him like in practice going up against Mike Williams. That was kind of his trial by fire. If we were to bring on a guy like Mike Williams, to me, what that would signal is that Davante Adams is getting traded. So it could be a situation where, there's been communication between the Raiders and Mike Williams' representation, and, they don't want that getting out yet, and that Davante Adams gets. Now, this is all speculation. It could just be somebody who's talking out of turn, and it's not actually happening, but it could be a situation where Davante Adams potentially traded. This is one of the deepest wide receiver drafts in years, too, so if you want to move on from a Davante Adams, bring in a kind of 1B-ish guy in Mike Williams. You have another 1B guy in Jacoby Myers, and then you bring in a rookie as well. Maybe that's the formula they want to go with. And then you get up and use the Davante Adams trade to get a guy like Jaden Daniels possibly.
Yeah, and this is a good draft to even grab a receiver too as well. So if they get Mike Williams, I'm not expecting it to be a big time contract. It's probably going to be a 1-year deal with maybe some incentives. I can see where you're going with this. I kind of implied this. I've talked about this, here and there and in social media and stuff like that. Like, Davante Adams, some Raider fans might hate me, but, like, I think that if we're going to get the best value out of him, this is the highest it's going to be. After this, it's going to go downhill because he's getting older. He's not as, he's kind of like at the end of his prime. He's not the Davante Adams of 2022. 2023 was a little bit of dip, but then we can blame the quarterback play. But I will say, though, like, if we're able to trade him, we're getting a first-round pick for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying from just any team. The Jets are – I think the Jets would ease – Jets will make that happen because that's an Aaron Rodgers, like, hey, you brought me here to win the Super Bowl, bring my guy in. Bring Davante Adams. We can make things happen. And the thing is, the Jets don't have a lot of they have draft picks, but I think they don't have a second-round pick. So then they have to give us that first round. So it's everything kind of works in the Raiders' favor. But it's kind of tough, man, because, like, that means – because there was a report today, too, as well, and we'll get into all that. But there was a report that, like – well, not a report, but they had some people from the New England media was, like, mocking the quarterback from Michigan, your favorite quarterback in the draft, J.J. McCarthy. They had him going number 3. So that tells me, like, wait. So that means, what are you saying? Drake May is going to go – is Drake May going to be the guy that's going to be available? Is Jaden Daniels going to be the guy? If that happens, bro, the Raiders, it's an opportunity. That's an opportunity.
So they have the Commanders passing up on Jaden Daniels?
Well, you know what? Let's get into it. Let's just get into the trades. So look. If you guys been hiding in the rock, man, some NFL trades that went down that could possibly implicate, what might happen within the first 3 picks. You had the Commanders trading their starting quarterback last season, Sam Howell, to the Seattle Seahawks. You had the Bears trading for Keenan Allen and then trading Justin Fields over the weekend to the Steelers. So you have 2 teams.
They traded Justin Fields?
Man,
But everybody told me how good he was.
We all know Severe Raiders the biggest Justin Fields fan, but But anyways, they trade him. They trade him over the weekend. So now you got two of the top 3 teams, or all 3 teams, trade away their starting quarterback from last season. So now all 3 can easily take quarterbacks. If you want to be honest, let's keep it real. Like, they could easily take through it. But we know I think the Commanders are taking a quarterback. The Bears are taking a quarterback. The wild card is the Patriots. We don't know what they're going to do because they have so much needs everywhere. They can easily be like, you know what? This is a great trade offer. We can get another QB later in the draft and then build this team because they have a lot of different, they're rebuilding. So there is a possibility. You never know. Now, that being said, do you think the Raiders are out of it right now? Because, I went live on Saturday and I was just like, man, it's not looking too good for the Raiders. But how do you feel? Where do you feel like the Raiders' chances as far as trading up? Because I didn't even mention this. Another trade that happened. The Vikings were able to trade into the first round for who did they trade with? They traded with what was the team in the first round? They traded. Someone in the chat help me out. We got some football fans in here, man.
No, I'm tripping too.
Man, lost my train of thought. It was just crazy. But they end up getting a first round pick. They gave up their second round this year. I made a video the other day too about it too as well. That's crazy. But check that out. But
it was the Texans.
The Texans were able to get 2 second rounders, one from this year, next year, plus some mid round picks, later round picks, and in turn, the Vikings were able to get an extra first round pick this year, which would be trade up ammunition. So right now, I would say they're in the lead to get whoever they want if there's a trade up opportunity. So right now, they're in the lead of the Raiders. The Raiders got to counter that. Either they offer 3 first round picks, or they trade Devontae Adams.
Yes.
For the Jets' top 10 pick. The Jets is a top 10 pick. The Vikings extra first round pick is number 23. 23? Yes, the 23rd pick in the draft. Yep.
So where are the Vikings picking? Where's their original pick? Are they 8th?
The Vikings pick number 11th.
11th. Okay. And the Saints pick 12th or 13th or 14th. I mean,
they right after the Raiders.
Oh, so they're 14th. Okay. I mean, it's looking like if we can trade Devontae Adams and get the Jets' first round pick, that two first round picks in this particular draft, maybe a first next year still, that is very enticing. And that package looks better than what the Vikings would be able to offer in the 11th and the 23rd. So if you can get the 13th and the Jets pick, I mean that's that you're still in prime position if you're the Patriots to draft the top corner on the board, possibly the top defensive.
They went corner last year. They got
Christian Gonzalez. Yeah, I forgot they got Christian Gonzalez. Nice. He was hurt all year. Yeah, he was hurt all year.
When he played, he looked solid. He looked solid when he was out there.
We think he's nice. We think he's nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So he's on your Justin Fields. That's the guy. Where if you have a shrine, we all know that Severe got a shrine somewhere in the house with Justin Fields' face and a dart going through his head.
All the eyes scratched out.
but there's for sure some other players in that shrine too as well. So is it Gonzalez, the Oregon cornerback? You not like him? You're not big on him?
No. I'm just saying we don't know what he is as an NFL player yet. He missed essentially the entire season for the most part. So we don't know what he really is as we know he's as an athlete. We know what he is. He's probably one of the better athletes at corner in the league. But
yeah,
what is he as a football player? So yeah, I mean, and the Patriots they love their defensive backs. They could also use some playmakers on the defensive line. So they still be in range for a guy like Latu, who I love. I think Latu is the best defensive player in this draft, in my opinion. Jared Verse could still be there. The guy from Alabama might still be there. So if and those with those picks, they can do a lot, and they're very close together, so they can really like shape strongly that first half of the first round. So that's something that would be really enticing to them, I think.
Okay. So yeah, so man, so these traits, I think the first 2 picks, in my opinion, they're solidified. They're going quarterback. There's no way they're going. There's no way the Commanders. It just looks like they're getting quarterback. The fact that they traded for Keenan Allen, it's like, especially the Bears, they're like trying to build an offense, a team for the incoming quarterback. Like they're setting it up for a Caleb Williams or even a Jaden Daniels. Who knows? It can go either way. It can be Jaden number 1, and it could be Caleb Williams number 2. He'll go to the Commanders where he grew up, I think, in the D.C. area, and Cliff Kingsbury was one of his coaches back in USC for a season. So that can also be the case. That would be like a crazy thing happening, because the whole talk has been Caleb Williams go number 1, and then Jaden Daniels can possibly be 2, 3, and someone could trade up and get him. But we'll see how it shakes out. It's a lot of time left. The Raiders still have plenty of opportunity to come up with something. That being said, like, it's not the end of the world if we don't get that trade up. There's still, what that means is if all these teams are drafting quarterback, that means there's a lot of players, blue chip players, probably dropping. O-line, corner. I know you big on Keon Mitchell. You know what I mean? Fuaga's another O-line talent. J.C. Latham, Joe All. Guys like that. I'm not sure if they're going to drop that far off down to 13, but maybe if they're there, hey, right tackle, has been an issue for a while now. So if we have a possibility to upgrade that, and Antonio Pierce is all about building a physical brand of football. And how do you build a physical brand of football? You got to build the trenches. So far, so good with the D-line. The O-line is kind of like, it needs a little bit of a makeover. It needs some talent, some youth.
Especially interior.
Exactly, especially interior in that right tackle spot. But yeah, man, let's get into the chat, man. Anthony Provencio says the Mike Williams is cap. Yeah, I was like, that don't make no sense. He don't even fit. Like, come on, like Devontae Adams is slow. You know what I mean? Not slow, but like, come on, like, if anything, we need speed. Burner. Yeah, we need a burner. We need a speed receiver. We got Trey Tucker, but we need another guy. Like maybe if we throw a contract to DJ Shark, maybe a 1-year veteran minimum type deal, because he gets hurt though. That's the thing,
All the time.
So exactly. So we're gonna have to figure out what receivers out there that has a lot of speed. DJ Shark is another one that I thought about, that I seen that was out there. Man, the draft. There's plenty of receivers, man, but
so many receivers, dog.
It's so tempting, but it's like, bro, we need a tackle, we need a corner, we need, but we'll see how free agency goes, and if they fill some spots up, maybe it'll make them a little bit more confident to maybe grab a receiver, maybe in the mid rounds, possibly like 3rd or 4th round, possibly. I'll say 3rd round. You probably get a good player out of it. But there's like they said there's about 7. Some people are projecting 7 receivers to go in the first round, which is crazy.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. There is some crazy talent at wide receiver, man. Crazy talent at wide receiver this year.
Provencio says Howard and White have a high price tag. Well, hey, if that's the case, then it better be incentivized. You know what I mean? They better incentivize that contract. Come on, there's no way. Especially to Tre'Davious White, like as talented as he was a few years back, all pro, we get it, but you're coming off this. NFL is a business, man, and it's you're coming off a really serious injury. I know in basketball that's like that's a tough injury to come back from. That ended like, I think Isaiah Thomas, retired after that. Kobe played a few years after his, but he wasn't the same player. I'm talking about basketball, but in football, same thing too as well. Like, you running, you jumping, and man, especially a corner, that relies a lot on their athleticism, because they gotta guard the best players on offense.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? The Calvin Johnsons, the Hills, you know what I mean? Tyreek Hills, they gotta guard those guys. So
exactly.
Sam Tanka says Harbaugh just left college. He must know of prospects coming out in the next couple years. You know what? Would you say that's kind of a healthy, that's like kind of a little bit of an advantage that a college coach coming in to NFL has? He'll know certain players a little bit because he recruited a lot of the players, even the players that he didn't get.
It can be an advantage. It can be a disadvantage as well, because when you're recruiting college players, you're recruiting college guys that fit into a college system. They're going to be playing against other college guys. Like, perfect example, right? The year he came out, Terrell Pryor was the #1 player in his draft class, right? He's a #1 quarterback. What was Terrell Pryor as a quarterback in the NFL? So, I mean, just because you're able to recruit these guys, and even when they're productive at the college level, like Terrell Pryor was, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate to the league. And a guy like that, a head coach like Jim Harbaugh, he's a closer, so he's not a guy that's out here like scouting all of these guys. Generally, that's the job of your position coach. Your position coaches do that. You have, a director of recruiting. Like, that's what Antonio Pierce was for Herm Edwards at Arizona State. So that's why he's a guy that's super familiar with a lot of these players, because he was director of recruiting. And then you bring in the head coach at the end to kind of sell the school and close the deal. They're not out there like looking at film with some high school guys. They're, he's preparing for Ohio State. He's preparing for Michigan State. He's not out here looking at some 12th grader, run a triple option in Missouri. That's not what he's doing.
Yeah. Big Mike Raider in the building. He says, "What's good, fellas? Listening while I'm getting this workout in. Hey, man, get it in, bro. Hey, man. Hey, we gonna make something happen soon, man. Gonna make something happen soon, man. Appreciate you tuning
Big
in.
Mike looking slim, man.
Came back a different man.
Big Mike looking like Rev Run's little brother, Pastor Jog.
Damn. Hey, look. Hey, that show the other day was fire, bro. Hey, make sure to go over Big Mike's Raiders channel, man. Another big time Raider content creator, man. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button on his videos, man. This dude, he knows what he's talking about, man. So make sure you support him. But
30 days, 30 prospects. Be on the lookout for that. He does a series, 30 days, 30 prospects before the draft.
Oh, is he doing it? He's doing it this year? Is he doing it this year? Is it a return?
Rumor has it. I can neither confirm nor deny that. Okay, I don't want to be Adam Schefter and report something too soon. But sources telling me there's a strong possibility that the series is back.
Okay. Hey, man. Hey, be on the lookout, Raider Nation, man. Make sure you subscribe to Big Mike Raider, man. He got some good content over there.
Yeah, man.
So let's get into, man. Hey, man, it's that time, man.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Man. Flag on the play, man. We got a few flags on the play, man. Some funny things that we want to talk about. Some flags, man. Like we had to talk about these, man. And I think
like an early 2000s Raider game, man. Just flags all over the place.
But the first one that we're gonna get into, I'm gonna let Severe get into this one. This is C.J. Gardner-Johnson. If you want to let the people know, I'm gonna set it up here for everybody to see.
Yeah, man. So as you know, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he was with the Philadelphia Eagles, and then he left the Philadelphia Eagles to go to the Detroit Lions. And on the way out, he had some very choice remarks for the people of Philadelphia. As you guys can see there, on the way out, he said, "My least favorite thing about Philly is the people. They're effing obnoxious, can't stand the effers." That's what he said on the way out. He went to play 1 year with Detroit, and guess who's back with Philadelphia this year?
That's awkward. That's definitely awkward for sure. Definitely awkward. Definitely awkward, man. But that's why you can't burn your bridges, man. Wherever you go, like you never know, man. You don't ever want to burn your bridges, man. Like, just he had to say it, and you know what? I think he really meant it too. I think he really.
But that's one of those things. Man, I don't want to derail the show, but there's this basketball player named Jeff Teague. He played for the Atlanta Falcons, and then not Atlanta Falcons, the Atlanta Hawks. And at one point, he was getting into it with management, And then so management, like I guess the Hawks had traded him. Like they had, like, no, at the trade deadline for the NBA, they traded him. And so, on before the trade was consummated, he cussed out the GM, cussed out the front office, yada yada yada. But what the Hawks did was they didn't send in the paperwork to complete the trade before the end of the trade deadline. So Jeff Teague had to go back to the team and continue with that team for the rest of the season. Crazy.
Oh my God. Hey man, it happens in sports, man. It happens in sports. There's weird situations like that. I remember, being a Laker fan. I know there's some Laker haters in here, but and you know what? And I'm gonna say this right now, so then you guys don't be like, oh man, you hopping on different teams. I grew up a Laker fan, and yes, growing up in the Bay Area, a Warrior fan as well. So letting y'all know, man. I'm letting y'all know right now. But that trade back when they went to go trade for Chris Paul, that was a weird, awkward situation for like Lamar Odom and the Paul Gasol, because they found out they were traded, and then the league nixes the deal, and they had to go back, and it was just so awkward. And it was so awkward that, or not even awkward. I think Lamar Odom took it so hard that he ended up getting traded to Dallas Mavericks, I think, eventually. But
yes, like that ruined Lamar Odom, bro. Like he was never the same after that.
Never the same.
Like never the same after that. So man, that's crazy. Man, you're a Raider and a Laker. You got some good choice in teams, Pharaoh. I didn't know.
Hey
you,
man, I'm just saying. I keep it. I keep it on the West Coast. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I keep it on the West Coast, man. Keep it on the West Coast. But that being said, let's keep it moving. We got another flag on the play, and this one right here is ESPN. Look at this grade that they gave Christian Wilkins, man. Bro, what is this? A C+.
A C+.
And that's why I don't watch ESPN, man. I can't. There's some people that I might pay attention to here and there, but at the end of the day, like, come on, man. This is a flag on the play. How are you? This is a hater move right here. This reminds me of. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into the other stuff, but let's be on topic. Christian Wilkins, man, getting a C+ when this is a great fit. The best player in free agency.
Yes.
And this guy shouldn't even been available, and the Raiders were able to get him. The only reason why this guy was available was because Miami had all types of cap issues. They had to let go players. They're gonna extend Tua. You know how that goes. Quarterback gets paid. Players, you can't keep the same team around you when your quarterback's gonna get paid. Yes. And obviously Tyreek Hill is getting paid. They got a lot of resources tied up in a lot of different places. And a guy like Christian Wilkins slipped through the cracks, and the Raiders were here to be like, finally get their blue chip, D tackle, top 3, top 5, however way you wanna go with it. But this is a hater move right here by ESPN. The flag on the play for sure.
Super hater move. So we get the perfect guy that's going to help. Like, we thought Max Crosby was good before, but was productive before. Imagine what he is with like a blue chip pass rusher in the middle of that defense. Like not allowing a quarterback to step up. So now, Max can really use that bend, get around the edge, and the quarterback is going to be there because he can't move up in the pocket, because then you got Christian Wilkins coming straight at you as well. So, I mean, come on, man. Come on. And I know they're probably looking at the contract, but even then, he's the third. He's universally regarded as a top 5 defensive tackle, and he's being paid as a top 3 defensive tackle. So even if you're looking at the contract, it's like, if the contract isn't bad. So it's just, yeah, man. It's just, the life of a Raider fan, man. The life of a Raider fan.
Facts, man. Come on, man. This is a bonus flag on the play, man. We got over 300 in the building, and we got 50-something likes, man. Come on now. That can't happen, y'all. Come on, man. We love doing this, man. We appreciate the support. We appreciate everybody watching and tuning in. But you gotta hit that. You gotta hit that like button. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit that notification. We're going live on both our channels. The Severe Raider, my mods, anybody here, make sure to post the links. And also, I'm gonna repeat this again. We are looking for more mods. This channel is growing at a rapid pace. We see people showing up and supporting, and we need some good mods, man. And hit me up on my IG, PharoahNFL. But yeah, man, make sure to hit the like buttons, man. Hey, we appreciate it coming through. We like talking football, especially Raider football, and we like doing this. So we appreciate the support. Just hit that. Make sure to clock in. That's what we calling it. We calling it. We not calling it like the button. We gonna say we clock in. Make sure. Don't forget to clock in.
Make sure you clock in.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna do this just one more time. If you guys forgot about how that like button looks like, it's shaped like a thumb, and you can see it on the screen. It's like you can see right there on the bottom of the screen. You can see it right there. Boom. There you go. See that? That's what it looked like. I'm just giving y'all the heads up, man. Well, we appreciate this for it. Let's get back into it, man. But I had to throw that bonus flag on the play, man. Come on, we got to get the likes up. We got to get the likes up. Come on. But let's move on. So they also graded Minshew too, and they gave him a B.
Wow.
See, how that don't even make any sense. How you give?
Wow.
And it's not like I hate Minshew, but like I'm way more excited about the fit with Christian Wilkins, just because how big of a fit he is on this team, this D line.
Right.
How he's going to open it up for Max Crosby and Kuntz, possibly Wilson takes the next step next year because he's on a talented D line, and he has another guy on the inside. When they might move him in some type of NASCAR package.
Yes.
We know that Pierce has played with the Giants and those talented D lines in them NASCAR packages, so he might throw Tyree Wilson inside on obvious passing downs with a Christian Wilkins, and you got Kuntz and Max Crosby just wreaking havoc. Which man, ESPN, man, this is why y'all here, man. Forget ESPN, man. If you're a Raider fan, just come through, man. Just come through the channel, man. Support the channel. But yeah, definitely
make
a flag
sure
on the play.
Clock in on the way in, though.
Yeah, make sure to clock in. But let's get into this one. This one was pretty funny, man. This one was pretty funny. So this is a flag on the play, and if you wanna give the intro to this one, Severe.
Yeah, man. So we all know that Russell, Mr. Unlimited Wilson, signed a 1-year contract to play with the Steelers, and Kenny Pickett was the starter, for a good part of last year, and rather than compete for a starting job with Russell Wilson, they told him Russell Wilson would come in as a starter, but they was gonna give him an opportunity to compete. Rather than do that, he asked for a trade. And where did he get traded to, Pharaoh? Do you know?
I think it's one of your favorite teams outside of the Raiders.
So he got traded to Philadelphia, where he's for certain going to be a backup. All right, that's got to be one of the pettiest things I've seen an organization do. But you know what's weird? I'm gonna say this too as well. And Jalen Hurts had a big drop off from all that MVP talk. He had a big drop off, especially because he lost his offensive coordinator that went to Steichen. Yeah.
Yep, Shane Steichen, and you see what he's doing with AR-15 early on. Like it looked like he has something there, perfect fit over there for the Colts, by the way. But the change in offensive coordinator, Jalen Hurts didn't look like the same player. He wasn't effective. Yeah. So, and then you got AJ Brown kind of throwing tantrums everywhere. Is he still with the Eagles? He's still with the Eagles? Because he looked like
he's still with the Eagles.
Man, talented receiver, but dude look like he a diva for sure.
Oh yeah. AJ Brown. I mean, him and DK Metcalf were on the same team, which is wild in college.
Man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I think DK Metcalf got hurt, and that's why AJ Brown was able to get off. But yeah, man. But I saw, for as much as Jalen Hurts, there was a drop off there. Like, Kenny Pickett never had a drop on. So he was never any good. He lost his job to Mason Rudolph, And then he threw a tantrum at the end of the year when he's coming back from injury. They asked him to be like the third string emergency quarterback, and he refused to dress for the game. So, that kind of shows you the kind of guy that he is, man. So, I just think him being, him refusing to compete for a backup job and then getting traded somewhere where he's guaranteed to be the backup. I think that's just Trey Magnifique. Mwah.
Yeah, man.
Great job, Mike Tomlin.
And the crazy thing, Kenny Pickett, man. I'm sorry, man. Hey, you know what? Look, I'm gonna have to do it, man. Hey, dude, I don't want this. No part of a Kenny Pickett should come to the Raiders team. If you demanded a trade just because Russell Wilson came to the Steelers on a $1.2 million contract, meaning that like the Steelers can get out of that contract at any moment without even they don't even have to think twice because he's getting paid pennies, a veteran minimum. And you demand a trade just because they promised you, they said that you would have a shot at the starting job. From my understanding, like they got Russell Wilson, and yeah, Russell Wilson probably had the lead because you've been trashed so far in your career. He hasn't played well, so you should want to just learn under a veteran like that. And you're still not out of it. I just felt like his whole attitude, his mindset, it just didn't make any sense. And he goes to the Eagles where he's a backup quarterback. And he gets replaced by Justin Fields. And you know what's funny? Justin Fields chose the Steelers. Different mindsets. Justin Fields chose the Steelers according to reports.
That's what they say. I think that was Ryan Poles people out there trying to save some face on only getting a 6th-round pick. I mean, I commend him. Like, bro, you got a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields, but you in the early running for GM of the year. Pulling that off. Early running for GM of the year. You got a 6th-round pick for this dude. But I'll say this. What's so ironic about this, right? What's incredibly ironic about this is that when Russell Wilson was drafted, there was a guy who was already entrenched as a starter there. The Seattle Seahawks had just given Matt Flynn a huge contract to be their starting quarterback. Russell Wilson was a short quarterback that was drafted in with the 3rd round. So a 3rd-round rookie, a short guy who and those guys really hadn't had success in the NFL to that point. Russell Wilson kind of broke the mold. He came in there and he took the job. This was Kenny Pickett's opportunity to come in. Both you guys have an even slate because Arthur Smith, he's the new offensive coordinator. So not like Russell Wilson has an advantage or you have an advantage. Both you guys basically even playing field. You have opportunity to take the job. And rather than take the job, he threw a temper tantrum.
Man, we got my guy, Raiders Smoke 89 is back at it again. He says demanding a trade because of Russ is nasty. Bro, that's the definition of trash. If Severe is on the Justin Fields is no good club, I gotta be on the Kenny Pick is trash club. I'm like the president. Anybody who want to sign up, I'll let you know. Just hit me up on IG. We'll start the we'll have monthly meetings, man, and we'll talk about how trash this dude is. How are you getting scared of Russell Wilson, bro? Man, I just don't get it, man. I understand. Like I'm not saying Russell Wilson is that bad. I think he had a solid year last year. I think it was just a bad fit with Sean Payton. I think he's in a better fit offensively with the Steelers. They're gonna run the ball, play action. They're gonna play to his strengths. Russell Wilson is not the point guard type of quarterback that everybody thinks he's more of like he'll buy some time, has a big arm, who's accurate. Yeah. He just was a bad fit for Sean Payton. I think with the Steelers, way better fit. That being said, like Kenny Pickett, bro. Man, I thought that big flag on the play, man. That's definition of flag on the play. But I appreciate the super chat, Raiders Smoke. Man, we got everybody pulling up, man. Let me get into the chat. My guy Daniel Kim, man, I didn't even see you in the chat, man. Hey, one of our great mods here. If you guys want to know how to mod, man, Daniel Kim knows the way. Reach out to him if you want some pointers, man. This guy knows what he's doing. My guy Daniel Kim, hey, entitlement and got what was coming to him. Pickett needs to humble himself and earn his way, man. Yeah. Facts.
Nah, facts.
100%, yes. But yeah, man, hey, that wraps up flag on the play. let's get into the chat real quick. Let's see what people talking about right now. There's a lot of people in the chat. We'll try to get to as much as we can, but what guarantee that we'll read your chat is a super chat. I'm just letting you know it's a guarantee.
Right. Nice.
So we got Turk Hawkins says once you pay they 200 plus, they don't want hard anymore. Guaranteed money puts the dogs on a leash. Prove me wrong. One QB that balled out after giving them numbers bestowed. Kermit. Who else?
Oh,
Are you talking about like about Jalen Hurts getting paid?
Yeah,
and not being the same quarterback.
Essentially,
I don't know, man. Usually the top guys when they get paid, they're the top guys for a reason. They're up there. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That could be true for certain players. You know who that was true for? Albert Hainsworth.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
If anybody knows who Albert Hainsworth, that was a D tackle back in the day, man. That dude was a monster.
Monster for the Titans.
For the Titans, who gave? Was it the Commanders that gave him like a huge contract?
I think, or was it he would play for the Titans. Was it the Titans that gave him a huge contract? And did he come from the Commanders to the Titans, or did it was the other way around?
I think he played for the Titans, and that's where he kind of, built.
Yeah, built his name, and then he went to the Commanders, right? So I know he ended up in New England at the end.
Yeah, but that was
that dude was on vacation, bro. He got that big contract and just went on vacation for the rest of his career.
I've never seen he disappeared. Like he was never good. Like he never. It's dangerous though. Certain players you gotta. Yeah. It's hard to pay them, knowing that will you get the guys like Devontae Adams. Hey, you're gonna get an all-time great player right here. He's playing for legacy. He's not playing for just money. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's playing for his family, making money, and the opportunities that come with that. But he's also playing for legacy, and that says something about him and his character. And players like that, are the players that you kind of offer those big time contracts. But hey, and I hope a guy like Christian Wilkins, man, he's getting paid. They talk about his motor. That's a great thing to talk about. Like when you get a player as talented as a Christian Wilkins, and one of his attributes is a high motor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a great quality for a D tackle, man. Great quality.
Facts. You don't see you generally don't see that type of effort out of those guys. So that when you get a guy that has that kind of motor, that can be extremely disruptive.
Yeah. But let's get into notable quotables. Let's get into it, man. It's that time where we play a notable quotable, a quote, an audio. And this one I think was made by, we're actually, we feeling good today. We're actually gonna put it on the screen for y'all. We're gonna put it on the screen. And this one, I think you guys know this guy. You guys know this guy very well. If you're a Raider fan, you know him. If you're an NFL fan, you definitely know him as well. Raider fan for sure. Out of all, come on, man. Face of the Raiders right now. And
Derek Carr?
No, not Derek Carr, man. Come on, man. Old wounds, man. Nah. But Max Crosby, he recently had an interview where he talks about he kept it real, man. He tells the truth about the journey of Tyree Wilson and what he needs to do moving forward as a player. And give me just a second so I could set this up and move this out the way so the people can see the screen. Let's see. Man, this is crazy, man. Let me see if I can put this right here. All right. My bad, y'all.
Tyree.
Yeah, man. He was honest about it. He missed a lot of training camp. What's so crazy? I think a lot of Raider Nation kind of forgot this, But there was like and I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna put something together, so y'all can check out. And I'm sure someone's watching. They're probably gonna put it together for me, and I don't have to do it. But there was it was a social media page that kind of breaks down certain injuries, and they were able to break down Tyree Wilson's injury, and everything they said about Tyree Wilson. I'm still here. I gotta just bear with me. But everything they said about Tyree Wilson was true. How he wasn't going to be 100% to start the season. By midseason, he was probably going to be around 80 to 85%. But he wasn't really going to be 100% until the second year. Mm-hmm. And you can see him progress as the year went on. He got better and better. You got to you have to think about how he's a rookie who's injured, who missed all of minicamp and training camp. That's huge for a guy like that. Come on, man. He's getting thrown in the fire. NFL's way faster than college. But what are your takes on Max Crosby comments?
Yeah, man. I mean, you guys know how I felt about the Tyree pick, man. It is it's well documented. I actually made one of the first videos on my channel was me breaking down the Tyree pick. And he's a guy who has all the potential in the world. He has all the potential, but he's a guy that lacked that refinement. So the fact that he missed, those rookie mini camps, the OTAs, and then really wasn't 100% for training camp either. That's the time of the year where you are getting better as a player, and he lost out on the opportunity to really improve as a player because instead of working on his skill set, working on his get off, working on his hand usage, developing some pass rush moves, he was rehabbing a foot injury. So I just think that, I'm hoping that another year with Patrick Graham, another year with Robbie Leonard, another year, next to guys like Max Crosby, next to guys like Christian Wilkins. Look at a guy like Malcolm Kuntz, who also struggled early in his career. He's kind of, he can kind of let him know. I went through these same struggles, right? And I came out on the other side better for it. So I just think that he's a hard worker, keeps his head down, and he has a great attitude. So I think that the sky's the limit for him.
This is hilarious. No, not that one. But
that was hilarious too, though.
Kenny Pickett is looking to take Jalen Hurts' job. Oh man, man.
Yes.
I don't know about that one. I think Jalen Hurts probably bounce back this year, hopefully. But yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be the last laugh. He definitely would have the last laugh if that would have happened. But I don't see that happen. I think he's just gonna be the backup, and we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out for him. But yeah, man. To be honest with you, I think we're gonna see an improved Tyree Wilson for sure. We're gonna see an improved Tyree Wilson because there's not gonna be a lot of pressure on him. Look who's around him. You got Kuntz who's emerged on the other side. We got Max Crosby, obviously he's the top dog, and now we got the big money player in free agency that we just got, Christian Wilkins. A guy like Tyree Wilson, all he has to do is just play his game, focus, and winning his one-on-one battles because he's gonna go one-on-one. He's gonna be the guy that's gonna get
all the time.
Pretty much, yeah. Because he needs to prove that he can beat one-on-one consistently because guys like Wilkins has proved that they can do that. Kuntz, obviously, late last season made a little run. He was complimenting Max Crosby. We all know Max Crosby is going to get double team, triple team, and all that good stuff, yes, along with Christian Wilkins. So those other guys are going to have to step up. And a guy like Tyree Wilson, who's going to be physically, he's going to be a lot stronger, back to being healthy. You know what I mean? That's
yes.
When a guy feels healthy, that's a level of confidence too. So. And it's going to show up in their game. So, Tyree Wilson, man, I think Max gave him some measured critiques. Like he was honest about what he had to say, but at the same time, he kept it positive by saying like, "Hey, he is doing this. I'm going to take him under my wing. Like they're going to train together this offseason." So like, as a fan of the Raiders, and you hear Max Crosby is going to take his D lineman and train with him, especially a guy that went in the top 10. Nothing but good things I feel like is gonna happen if something like that happens. So let's I can't wait for next season to see this D line, man.
Yeah, nah, man, me either. I mean, Max has everything that that Tyree is lacking, right? He has that
Mm-hmm.
incredibly great get off. He has that go to move. He's able to use his long arms to create opportunities as a pass rusher. So he has that bend. So
Mm-hmm.
I think just him working with Tyree, I think that is going to do wonders for him.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully,
No,
hopefully.
facts. But yeah, man, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving and make sure to clock in. We're one away from 100. I don't know how accurate it is on my end, but we're one away from 100 likes. Let's get there. Even though there's 300 of y'all in here, man, we should get to like at least 200. Come on, man, at least
Man,
200.
at least
But
200.
y'all being stingy today. But make sure to clock in. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. We're going live on both our channels. You see it on the screen. Right now, if you're watching on my channel, it's PharoahNFL, but obviously my guy right here, the Severe Raider. Make sure to head over to his channel, subscribe, and also like the video too. And hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live. See how that works, man? Hey, we appreciate the support. But let's get into what's real and what's not. What's real and what's not, man. And the with all the trades and all the things that happened over the weekend, a lot of fans were like, you know what, this might be a sign that it could possibly be a situation where a quarterback is not going to be taken in the first round. And the first what's real, what's not, and you guys can comment. I'm going to say a statement, and you guys in the chat, everybody in chat, just comment if this is real or it's not. And the first one is, the Raiders should take the best player available at pick 13 and not a QB. Is that real or is it not, Severe?
Oh, that's tough, man, because it depends on who's at 13. I would say, barring a trade up, because we already know Jaden Daniels not going to be there, I would say take best player available. Wait. Technically, see, that's tough. That's tough because the best player available might be Latu. And like I said, I got him as the best defensive. Gotta go best player available. Go best player available. Got to.
Best player available.
Got to.
Yeah, because
man.
there's gonna be someone on the board. There's gonna be someone on the board, and especially at O-line or corner, unless you think like whoever's trading up to get to your spot, you feel like, hey, because look, to me, in my opinion, the Raiders should trade down if they like a lot of players. They can go either left, right, up, down. They just value a lot of different players at that spot. So if that's the case, then yeah, trade down, get more picks, so more players, more talent. So I'm with that 100%. But obviously, if there are guys on the board, no question, you got to take the best player available. Barring if we trade up and get a QB, this is just if the Raiders had a choice of trading down or taking the best player available.
Yes.
But we got some people coming through, man. We appreciate the support. Let's shout them out, man, because I did say that we it's a guarantee, man. We're gonna shout you out if you throw a super chat. You know what I mean? Some OT. We're gonna call it OT.
Yeah, exactly. Get some OT in there.
Yeah, get some OT in there, man. Oh man. Man, my guy Raider Smoke is coming with it today, man.
Yeah, man, he's
Mr.
on fire.
Consistent, bro. He on fire today, man. He says, fellas, what do you think of us getting Arnold in the first and picking up Rattler in the second? If we can't trade up, agree to trade down if we get, or trade DA.
Devontae.
Agree to trade Devontae if we get, for sure. I'm doing it instantly, man, because that's franchise QB. If you know whoever you've picked up, if you know this guy's the franchise QB, and all you have to do is trade Devontae Adams that's getting paid $30 million a year, and you have a taker, you have a team in the Jets that will be willing to give up a top 10 pick, which would be enough to package in a deal and trade up and get the franchise QB. We doing it instantly. I'm with you 100%. Rattler in the second, that's ugly. Man, I'm gonna be excited about that.
I will say this. In defense of Mr. Raider Smoke. So Terry Arnold is a guy I like. Kenyon Mitchell, I've been saying he's my number one corner in this draft. I have Terry Arnold number 2, Nate Wiggins 3. I wouldn't be mad at Terran Arnold at 13, but if Keon Mitchell's on the board, I think you go with him. He's a guy that not only did he produce at the collegiate level, but he went to the Senior Bowl, locked everybody up, including Roman Wilson, then went to the Combine, blew the Combine up. Rattler in the second, now that sounds crazy because Rattler is really like a fourth, late third, early fourth round guy. But in this quarterback draft, you got Jaden, Caleb, 1-2. Your second, your 3-4 is probably JJ and May. Maybe the guys have Penix in there, Penix, Nix. So that's going to all those guys could potentially go within the first 38 picks. Mm-hmm. Depending on how things fall. So that could push up, the quarterbacks because we all know teams are going to take quarterbacks, and so that even though their true value may be later, just the positional value pushes them way up.
Yeah, and I think with Keon Mitchell and Terrion Arnold, it really depends on what type of scheme the Raiders would want to run with those corners because they're kind of two different types of corners. You got an off-man coverage with Keon Mitchell, more of a zone guy, and then you got Terrion Arnold, who's more physical, great tackler, kind of like Nate Hobbs, but on the outside, man-to-man. You feel what I'm saying? Like just a guy that can play man-to-man a little bit better than a Keon Mitchell, I would say. But a physical brand of man, like a bump-and-run type corner compared to Keon Mitchell. He's more off-man type of coverage.
So I think that was his biggest knock and his level of competition until he went to the Senior Bowl, where they put you one-on-one with no pass rush, just you and a wide receiver, and he's putting seatbelts on everybody. Like he's somebody's mom taking him to soccer practice. Seatbelts on everybody, locking everybody up. So I think, and there's another thing is that, I don't want to, you always say you scout the player, not the uniform, but what have Alabama corners done in the NFL? And that's something you always kind of, and it's not like they're coming from different systems. Like Nick Saban's been the coach this entire time, and the D. Milliner bust, all these guys have been bust.
D. Milliner, oh man, he was a bust.
Yeah, all these guys have been bust. All their high supposed to be good corner, got all those dudes end up being bust, man. So and like I said, Nick Saban's been there the entire time.
Yeah. But if you think about Keon Mitchell might be a better fit because I think Raiders run a lot of zone too as well. So yeah. So that could be a guy that you can plug in, and we've been hearing Keon Mitchell's name from the Senior Bowl, and he's been playing well early on in the process, all the way to the draft. He ran well, so that's a guy that definitely can go up within the first 15 picks for sure. But yeah, man, Raider Smoke, man, appreciate the super chat. But we got D Menace, one of my mods, man. Hey, man, we haven't seen you in a minute. I know we changed up the schedule on you, man, but we appreciate you coming through. He goes, Raiders, I got you, man. You know what? Hey, you know what? We gonna give him the should we give him the AP special? We give him the AP special.
You gotta give it to him, man.
My God, D Menace, man.
You have to add Mr. C Plus to that as well, man.
Mr. C Plus?
Mr. C Plus, Mr. Christian Wilkins, Mr. C Plus.
Oh man, that's crazy, bro. Hey, look, hey man, we appreciate the super chat. Hey, it's a great way to get your comments read, by the way. But yeah, let's get back into it, man. Just another D. Oh, yeah, this is a good point because I was thinking about it too right now. Other than Patrick Surtain, Patrick Surtain, man.
But PS2 had, his dad was Patrick. It's come on, his dad was his dad. I think that's a little bit different situation.
But you know what though? What's crazy? Do you think he could be better than his dad?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Bro, the way he guarded Devontae, especially that first year. I feel like no one could guard Devontae that first year. I'm talking about first year, 2022. That dude was unstoppable. When he went up against Patrick Surtain, and that was his rookie season, man, him and Jalen Ramsey, Jalen Ramsey and Patrick Surtain kind of gave Devontae trouble. But I'm saying that, but I remember the game where he scored a game-winning touchdown where he basically had him going the other direction.
Yeah. Put him on skates.
Yeah, exactly, man. But man, we got another one right here, man. Hey, look, oh man, my guy, hey, he won another one right here, man. I got you, man.
Yeah.
D Menace, man, with another super chat, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. I seen you there on Saturday too, man. So I appreciate you coming through. Yes. Derek Luton in the building, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. But yeah, let's actually ask. We asked Raider Nation. I asked Raider Nation earlier in the day, or over the weekend. I don't know. It was one of the days where I asked them if there was an opportunity to get the best player available at 13 or trade down. And let me go ahead and share this page for everybody to see. And if you guys can't see it, I'll read it to you, man. Best player available at 13, 74% chose best player available at 13. And then trade down, 26%. Okay. So the people have spoken. They want the best player available. They don't want they don't want no parts of trading down. If we have an opportunity to get a good player, at the end of the day, that's what the draft is about, like getting good young players on cheap contracts. And that's how you build teams, man. That's how you make runs at the Super Bowl. So that's how you do it, man. But yeah, let's move on to the second what's real, what's not. And the second one, I think did we figure out the second one? Did we actually figure out the second one? What was the second one?
What was we going with the other poll?
Well, you know what? Let's actually show another poll. Let's show another poll. And the other poll was, should the Raiders target other needs and draft a QB next year? And earlier today, 45% yes, we need to build this roster, and 55% no, we need to get the QB now. So I'm gonna pose this question to you, man. So do you think that the Raiders should draft a QB this year? Or should they, you know what, if they can't trade up, let's say they can't trade up, right?
Yeah.
Should they just, you know what, like let's forego getting a quarterback. We already have Minshew on the roster. We have AOC. Let's just focus on building this roster. And then come next year, we can go all in a QB.
See that next year, unless you really love Shedeur Sanders, I mean, it's not really a lot to get. And the hope is that, with AP as your coach, you won't be in this position again, right? You won't be picking this high again. You'll be picking in the late teens, early 20s. That is the hope, because you're in the playoffs. So this could be your last best chance to really get a franchise quarterback. So I think if the opportunity presents itself, whether you feel that's Jaden Daniels, whether you fail and hit your head and you like JJ McCarthy, whether you've never watched football and you think it's Bo Nix, you got to get your hands on one of these guys that you believe in, right? Whoever it is they believe in. I've been a Jaden Daniels guy. I've been a Michael Penix guy. Those are my two guys. So if we have an opportunity to like, let's say we pick a guy at 13, and then we're able to get back into the late first and pick a guy like Penix, I think that's the ideal situation, because you kind of kill two birds with one stone there. So people will talk about his age and his injury history, but the guy hasn't been injured in 2 years. He's actually, a popular guy recently has been Jordan Travis from Florida State. Michael Penix is not only bigger than Jordan Travis, he hasn't had an injury as recently as Jordan Travis. He's also 6 days younger than Jordan Travis. So all these people that love Jordan Travis so much, Michael Penix he's basically beating that guy in just about every category.
Mm-hmm. And Space B says, I voted no because QBs take time to develop. But look, hey, if look at the Raiders, their whole everything that they're doing, their words are matching their actions. They want to win now. They want to win now. But they also understand that, like, hey, if we can get a young rookie QB on a rookie contract, they can continue to build around this guy and make multiple runs at the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl window gets bigger when you have a rookie QB on a young QB on a rookie deal. So, in my opinion, I think it makes sense in today's NFL, man. Hey, look at what C.J. Stroud. I know C.J. Stroud is a 1-on-1, but look at C.J. Stroud, bro. Like, imagine if the Raiders traded up to the number one pick, which there were reports that they were in talks with the Bears for the number one pick, and they didn't pull the trigger, and C.J. Stroud goes to, obviously Bryce Young went number one to the Panthers, and then C.J. Stroud goes number two to the Texans. But man, just imagine if the Raiders. But you know what? At the end of the day, like if we got C.J. Stroud, that means McDaniels would probably still be the head coach.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But man, look, bro. I don't care who the head coach is, as long as we winning. Satan himself could be the head coach, bro. If we winning games, bro, I'm damn.
I don't think we would have won. I don't think we would have won, but it would have gave him the let him develop his QB extra year. You know what I mean? Let him develop his QB. It's his rookie year. You know what I mean? McDaniels knows how to work. You know how it is. Like they're gonna try to. It would have bought him some time. To be honest, I don't know why he didn't do it. Like it was. Especially in today's league where owners could lose patience just like that. They can easily fire you. Like just what happened. Look at the Panthers, even though they're dysfunctional. The Raiders situation was kind of like McDaniels did that to himself. Like it was just he couldn't even make it to the end of the season. I didn't even see it come. I was like, man, you couldn't even make it to the end of the season. Imagine if he was coaching to the end of the season. We would have got a number one pick for sure. But then we wouldn't have AP though. We wouldn't have AP as head coach.
I don't think we would have got the number one pick.
Top five.
We were top five. We were top five for sure. The Panthers are so bad.
Yeah.
That it was impossible to be that bad, man.
But you know why? You know why I said number one? You know why I say number one or possibly a higher pick? Is because by that time the locker room would have been like done. Like he would have lost the locker room. Players would have just mailed it in. All those games where we would seen the Raiders playing hard, we would have not seen them play hard under McDaniels because he would have lost the locker room. Like players would have packed it in. You would have seen a lot of players on injured reserve. They're like, you know what? I'm just going to take this surgery right now. I'm not going to wait until after the season. But that is what it is.
Josh Jacobs would have got more carries.
Josh Jacobs
would have got more carries.
He didn't even according to AP, he was really trying to get back into he had a lot of respect for him. He said he's trying to get back near the end of the season. But, it is what it is. Josh Jacobs, he's out there in the frozen tundra, Green Bay Packers. He actually kind of one of my favorite Josh Jacobs games, low key. Do you remember that his rookie year?
I remember that. He had that smooth ass juke on somebody.
He had some nice moves. I think the coaching staff or the organization remember that game because they instantly grabbed Josh Jacobs in the first day of free agency. But yeah, man, it's been a great show. We 340 people in the building. Make sure to hit the like button. The likes ain't where it's supposed to be at, but we'll work on it. Make sure to clock in. You don't want to be late, man. We were late today, but we still clocked in. Hit the like button. We like our own videos. I'm gonna let you know I like my videos, so you better like my videos. I like everybody's videos, man. So just make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. We're going live on both our channels, so you want to make sure you head over to Severe's channel if you're on my channel, and obviously people on Severe's channel, come over to my channel, subscribe, hit that like button, all that good stuff, man. Show some support. If you're a Raider fan, man, we make Raider content, and we talk about football as well, man. So we like having a good conversation. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. It's a big showing today. And like I said at the beginning of the show, we are looking for mods. We are looking for mods for the chat, but it has to be guys who are consistent. Hit me up on social media, specifically IG. I'm going to keep it simple. Just go to IG. If you have IG or if you have even Twitter, X as they call it nowadays, you can hit me up on there, PharoahNFL, and we'll talk about it. I'll give you the details. But yeah, the chat is going crazy. I wasn't able to get to everybody's chat, so leave a comment down below. I read comments all day, every day, man. I go through all the comments. I try to get back to y'all as much as I can. So leaving a comment after the video ends, the live ends, is another way for me to communicate with you guys. And I'm gonna try to do something different. I'm gonna and I know we talked about this in the past, like maybe where we can like bring up like one of our favorite comment of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because some of you guys leave some good comments. So make sure to leave a comment after the video. And yeah, man, and like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And then we got last but definitely not least, man. We got a Raiders smoke coming through again with another super chat, man. I appreciate you, my guy. Oh, so a mod is someone who has a wrench. So
Exactly.
D Menace earlier, you seen him. He has a wrench. Daniel Kim, Mr. Consistent, my guy, also has a wrench as well. So it's a wrench. You have certain responsibilities to maintain the chat. If you see some nonsense,
Man, you are the shift supervisor. You got to keep the night crew in check.
Yeah, man, you got to keep the night crew in check, man. The chat, aka night crew, sometimes gets out of hand. But to be honest with you, we got good people in the chat, man. I'll be honest with you, like we don't have too much craziness, but every now and then there's some weird stuff going on. So the mods definitely come through, and also posting links and whatnot. But we'll talk about it in the DMs also on IG, or you can hit me if you don't have IG and you have like X or Twitter, you can hit me up on there as well. PharoahNFL.
That's Instagram Raider Smoke. In case you know. Until he talking about his age showing, that's Instagram. In case you don't know.
You talking about me or you talking about him?
No, I'm talking about him. He said his age is showing.
Oh, okay.
Raider Smoke 89 said his age is showing. So you see you in there speaking this young lingo. You gotta.
Oh, I didn't even see it in the chat. Hold on 1 second. But let me.
He's like,
man,
IG.
the chat is going wild. IG, yeah. Instagram, yes. INSTAGRAM. Instagram. It's this app that these young kids like to use. They post pictures and videos and all that good stuff. I'm also on there, so make sure to hit me up on there in the messages, and we'll talk about becoming a mod if you want to get a wrench, special opportunity. Because I'm definitely gonna be picky. So I'm just letting y'all know. Some people that had wrenches before, them wrenches is I'm taking them wrenches back. But yeah, man. Hey, we appreciate everybody coming through. Any last thoughts, man? Because right now, the Raiders obviously were able to get re-sign some players, get a running back. Do you see some moves coming up?
I think that the past 2 years, I want to say, both years under Ziegler, I want to say the Raiders, if they weren't the team that signed the most free agents, they were near the top of the list. And good teams aren't built through free agency. They're built through the draft. And so I think we have a young nucleus that we have on this team already. I think we're going to attack this draft intelligently. I think we're going to attack free agency intelligently. I think we're going to spend our money wisely, and we're going to allocate that money to keep the guys that are in. Telesco said it, right? He wants to keep the guys that are in-house. Kuntz is a guy that's going to need to get paid. Spillane's probably going to be a guy that needs to get paid, even though he was a free agent. Hobbs is a guy that's going to need to get paid pretty soon. So I think we're going to do the right thing by the guys that are in-house, man. But one thing that we must never forget, as we talk about this, and that is Justin Fields sucks, man. Justin Fields is just terrible. Like a 6th-round pick.
Hey, man,
I told y'all.
On that note, man. Hey, look, man. Severe had some breaking news when Justin Fields got traded. Let me just show this to the people real quick, man. Hold on 1 second. Let me show this real quick. So just hours after being traded to Pittsburgh, Severe had some pics of Justin Fields in his new Steelers uniform. You guys don't want to miss it, man.
He wearing that, man. He wearing that black and gold proud, man. He wearing it proudly.
Man, this is live footage from the Justin Fields is No Good Club. This is what they do in the Justin Fields.
Come join us.
Hey, man. Hey, Justin Fields, if you watching this, look, I wanted you for a 6th-round pick. I did say I was quoted to say that if the Raiders get him from 6th round pick, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's low risk, high reward move. But man, you said earlier in the show, you were like you couldn't believe that some of these other quarterbacks went for more than Justin Fields. But to counter that, the GM for the Bears, he handled it terribly. Like, how do you wait till free agency to trade a quarterback? Like, why you should have traded him before free agency, like, because you had way more options. You had way more. You had the Falcons, who didn't have a quarterback. Obviously, the Raiders. You had the Steelers before they signed Russell Wilson. They probably would have gave up a little bit more, but from what we were hearing, he wanted to get like a 1st round pick, 2nd round pick, but he could have at least gotten a 3rd round pick. Like, I'm sure there was going to be a team that would throw that out there.
So I think that if there was a team that was really going to throw that out there, because these GMs, they talk, so they kind of know what the value of a player is, and I think they were kind of holding out hope that they would be able to get something more for Justin Fields, but bro, it just it never happened. It never happened, man. And I think Poles was doing that thing where he was hoping the value would increase, but why they going in on Raider Smoke?
Hey, the night crew over here they going wild right now. Third and Let Go says Raider Smoke trying to look you up on AOL chat right now. Damn, he said AOL chat. That's old school. No,
that's a cold Renfrow picture though.
Raider Smoke says not the MySpace days.
What was the guy on MySpace that everybody was friends with? What's my dude's name on there?
Tom, was it Tom?
Was it Tom?
Yeah, I think it's
man.
Tom.
I had the coldest MySpace page, bro. Y'all taking me back, man. That taking me back.
Taking it way back, man. Raiders Resistance says dropping some heat tomorrow. Hey, man, be on the lookout.
Wait.
Go head over to Instagram, one of the best Raider Instagrams out there. So you make sure you give them a follow. If you do have you have an Instagram, your IG, you go over to Raider Resistance channel and give them a follow, and you won't be disappointed, man. The dude from his pictures, the designs, the videos, the editing, the just the funny memes for everything Raider related, man. He got it there. So make sure to check him out. And he's letting you know he's dropping some heat tomorrow. So make sure to check him out. Alex Torres says we need to draft a QB. No more Band-Aids. I feel you, man. No more Band-Aids, man. And that's what I think that's what kind of Pierce was kind of saying. Like, he's tired of, but then he signs Minshew, but I'm sure that's not the plan. I'm sure that's not the
man.
I'm sure that's not the plan. But yeah, man, hey, look, we appreciate everybody come through. Make sure to clock in on the way out or clock out on the way out and hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Like I said earlier, we're going live on both channels. My mods, if you can post the links on the way out for the people to make it simple. If people in my chat, make sure the mods leave Severe's link so that y'all can head over to his channel, subscribe. We trying to get him up there too as well. So make sure to go over to his channel, subscribe to his channel, like the video, all that good stuff. And you've been dropping some content, man. I see you dropping some content. Okay. I gotta step my game up, man. I gotta step my game up for sure. But yeah, man. Hey, appreciate everybody coming through. Let me let's get back to the regular view here. Get back to the regular view, man. 50-50, man, as you see it, man, on the screen.
50-50. Y'all know what time it is.
Y'all know what time it is, man. Let's take us out, man. Daniel Kim says we def had a good chat. I think I've only blocked one person because he's getting. There you go. That's head of the night crew right now. Head of the night crew, Daniel Kim, aka the mod. The dude has spoken, so it's not gonna be a hard job. But if things get difficult, Daniel Kim knows how to handle it, and obviously he'll lead the way. But at the same time, I'm gonna give you the details. Hit me up on IG for the mod special wrench opportunity. So hit me up on IG or Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, man. I don't even know what to call it these days. X. That's so weird. Why did he call it X, bro?
Bro,
give it a catchy name. Why do you call it X? Like,
he's the guy that's a tech guy, and X has to be like the worst search engine optimized name of the history of names, bro.
Man, yeah, man. But hey, we appreciate everybody coming through. We're gonna be going live as usual next Saturday. Be on the lookout. We're gonna be dropping content on both our channels, so be on the lookout for that. We might have something brewing sometime this week as well, but you can pencil us in next Monday at 8 p.m. We'll just say 8 p.m. right now.
We'll say 8-ish.
8-ish with an asterisk right next to it, man. Just be patient with us, man. You won't be disappointed. I'm telling y'all, man. But I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Till next time, man. We'll see y'all. Peace.
Great Pharaoh, the gift of Troy is a fabulous fabric from the land of the 5 rivers.
Believe that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
Just win, baby.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.